Okay, Philosopher's Roundtable, very good videos on the subject of doom, and I want to add my 2 cents in here. First off, the point that I'll make to begin with is that extinction is inevitable. It's just a matter of when, and it's a matter of how much unnecessary suffering will occur in the meantime. And it's also a matter of how soon it's going to come about, obviously. Now, as Gary mentioned, it's inevitable that in, I guess, trillions of years, matter will, I don't know, second law of thermodynamics, entropy, basically, things will just kind of die, go into their lowest energy states. It will be all compressed or whatever. The universe, theories about the end of the universe, in other words. Then thinking about billions of years, there's this idea of, well, the sun's going to burn out, and so Earth will no longer be a habitable place for the human race. Then talk about other short-term problems that will have the possibility to cause extinction. And the things that I'm mentioning are, I would say, a combination of these things: economic collapse, resource crunch, climate change, and, as Gary alluded to, technology. It has the possibility to save us, yes, maybe, but it also has the possibility to kill us. So that is essentially maybe where we should focus the argument. Now, the only way to prevent this inevitable extinction is through the graceful exit. In other words, folks adopting antinatalism, and the human race dies out from attrition, and we blow the world up from space, essentially. And how do we get to the graceful exit? Well, we must first address the issues that I mentioned, and the things that will lead to inevitable short-term extinction: economic woes, the capitalist system, resource crunch, climate change, technology. We have to mitigate the harmful effects of those things in order to actually get to the point where we can have a conversation about antinatalism, because there's no point in having a conversation about antinatalism when there's no functioning institutions, government, as a result of societal collapse from these calamities that I've alluded, or that I've referenced in the past, or just now. So we have to prevent those in order to actually continue the conversation, get people to understand, and to adopt antinatalist policies, or I guess just to convince everyone to hop into the virtual reality. But that really is the only solution, is the graceful exit, to prevent this inevitable, and I think we're all in agreement here, sloppy extinction scenario. And I think it's highly likely, from a combination of the perils that I alluded to and referenced, specifically a combination of climate change, and that prompts some sort of resource crisis or crunch, and that accentuates the economic woes that are already going on. So then that leads to state collapse and possible deployment of nuclear weapons, water wars, things that are just very, very shitty to think about. And at that point, it's pretty much useless as far as introducing antinatalism or anything like that, because there will be no backbone, and enforcement mechanism. I guess I'll leave it there. I'm probably over time. Thank you very much. Next person, go.